These are some drawings I did from the Hogwarts Legacy video game. The guy is my Slytherin wizard, Miguel Funebre, and these are for my Fantastic Beasts themed sketchbook. I am trying to find a purpose for all those papers I bought from the last video. They are very flimsy, very thin. In the previous video I tried to paint on them with gouache and it didn't go well. It almost tore the paper apart. But this time I wanted to test them with markers. I still don't have many ideas of what else to add to this sketchbook. I drew all my favorite Fantastic Beasts animals from the game already. I drew them multiple times and in different colors too. So this time I picked one of those statues that you collect in the game, because it's also a Fantastic Beast. It was in the movie, but I forget its name in English. It kind of looks like a monkey and it becomes invisible. So in the game we have these statues to collect, and I decided to draw it. Again, I'm running out of ideas here. I don't work with markers much, not my favorite medium, but every time I pass them at the art store, it's like I want to buy them, but I shouldn't because I don't really use them. These are old markers that I've been trying to get rid of. Sometimes I use them on my sketchbooks, but even then, I don't really like them. But I think it's the only thing that may work with this type of paper. Since I have been getting rid of them, I only have a few of the professional markers, and the rest I used highlighters. I usually use the highlighters to color in my sketchbook when I'm at work. And the Harry Potter markers came in a present. I got a Harry Potter art box a few years back and it came with a bunch of markers. I'm trying to use them up too. Oh, but the Harry Potter markers are water-based, which don't work that well with this paper. It's the water that seems to break the paper apart, so I tried to use them sparingly. On to the next sketch, one of the many owls in the game. The drawing is done with pencil, and then I added the color with the markers. I did plan to use ink from the beginning as line work. I am not sure how the markers would react with the ink, so I decided to leave the inking for last. It works, the only thing is that after a bit of marker coloring, it starts to get opaque, so it's hard to see the pencil marks that I did. But I rather work this way. I just felt that if I add the marker on top of the ink, it will smear the ink, so I rather avoid it if I can. Drawing an owl is not as exciting as an actual mythological beast, but still, they are kind of magical, the way they behave and all. The owl is warm-toned, but I added some blue on the shadow. I think it came out well. I added the line work and hatching with ink, but I also decided to use more opaque ink for the background. Kind of like she's coming out of the shade. I think it gives a nice look in the end, a bit of a mysterious look. And moving on to the next sketch. I drew my Slytherin wizard with one of the baby Thestrals. Cute and creepy. The Thestrals are kind of dark purple or dark blue. It's easy to mix those colors in gouache or tempera, but here with the highlighters and markers it's a bit more complicated. Anyway, I start with the light purples and bright purples. It's easier to build the color like this because once you start with the darks on the marker, that's it. You can't really add paint on top like you do usually with gouache or tempera. Anyway, I figured I should include more drawings of the animals with my character. Although I already have a few, I just want another subject to fill in the rest of the pages. I don't think he came out too well on this sketch, but I do like the baby Thestral. I was thinking maybe I should just sketch in pencil on the rest of the pages, like I did for a few of the first ones, like the first pages of the sketchbook. But now that I have so much of this flimsy paper, I think I will stick to markers and ink. I need to use them somehow. I also have another Harry Potter sketchbook that I haven't drawn in a while. I think I will be using this paper and markers too. The other sketchbook is focused on the environments or landscapes that I find beautiful or inspiring in the game. There's so many inspiring things about this Hogwarts Legacy game. Here's the finished look. And onto the final sketch. My Slytherin wizard again, this time with his owl. You don't actually interact with the owl, but you know when you enter the dormitory, it's there. So why not draw it? I think my character came out much cuter in this one. So just for that, I liked it more than the previous one. I actually used up all my green markers. I now have just this pastel green highlighter. The only markers I have left are mostly browns or greys. And now that I think about it, I do have Posca pens, which I have been trying to get rid of for years too. I should use those. I should use them in combination with these markers to get rid of all of them as soon as possible. The Posca pens are also those type of art materials that I see at the art store and I feel like I want to buy them, but I don't really like them, so I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's just the colors and the packaging that attract me. I have to be vigilant whenever I go to the art store. Sometimes I don't even have to buy anything. I just like to look at the stuff. Anyway, for this sketch I drew a different uniform. There's many uniforms in the game, and I went with the classic black wizard robe. I decided to color the robe completely with the ink. In the previous video I saw that this paper can hold this amount of ink, so it wasn't a problem. And here it is finished. And all of the sketches together. Surprisingly, the one I like the most in the end is the owl. The darker values make it really stand out, and I like that. Here's the sketchbook. You can see some of the previous sketches in it. And I have added them to the pages. I stuck them with washi tape. It holds better since the paper is very thin. The previous ones were done on actual Bristol paper for painting, so they are much thicker. They make the sketchbook look so fat.